Welcome to the Deep Dive. If you happen to live in Pierce County, Washington, and you've ever thought, how do I easily clear out all this unwanted stuff? Well, you've landed in the right place.
Yeah, we've been looking into a local company, Rapid Haul Away LLC.
Exactly. We dug into their service descriptions to figure out exactly what they offer. Our mission today is pretty simple. Just give you the essential info on their clean out and junk removal services right there in that specific area.
Right. We're focusing on what Rapid Haul Away actually does for homeowners and for businesses too, right where you are.
Okay, so let's dive in. Rapid Haul Away LLC, sometimes you might see them listed as Rapid Haul Away and Junk Removal. They're based right there in Bonney Lake. And their core thing is providing a full-scale junk removal service, primarily across North Pierce County.
And that's a key point. When they say North Pierce County, they're actually really specific about the communities they serve. It's not just a vague term.
Yes, exactly. They list out Bonney Lake, Prairie Ridge, Sumner, Puyallup, Summit, Waller, Midland, Fife, Milton, Edgewood,
Lakeland South, Federal Way, Tacoma.
Parkland, and Spanaway, too. So yeah, if you're in one of those specific spots, they're set up to help you.
And what's interesting is just how many different types of clean-out services they offer. It's way more than just picking up a few things you left on the curb.
That's definitely true. Like, take their estate cleanouts. They handle situations like, foreclosures, getting a place ready to sell, dealing with an inherited property, or even just downsizing.
Right. And they mentioned taking furniture, appliances, personal belongings, debris, pretty much everything needed to get a cluttered property looking clean and presentable.
Which leads into moving and downsizing help, too. They focus on getting rid of the unwanted items before you actually move.
Yeah, which makes sense. Saves you time, hassle, maybe even cuts down on moving costs, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, they also specifically mention foreclosure cleanouts, which seems geared toward maybe property managers or banks.
They talk about quick, reliable cleanup to get those properties ready for resale or for new tenants, removing whatever got left behind. They even mention experience working with property management companies.
And they actually list foreclosure cleanouts almost as a separate point, too, focusing on things left by, say, evicted tenants.
Right, like old furniture, appliances, general debris in houses, apartments, condos, emphasizing that they can handle it quickly and efficiently.
Then there are the more sort of sensitive situations like inheritance cleanouts.
Yeah, that can be really overwhelming, sorting through everything.
Totally. And they mention offering a sensitive, thorough approach for removing furniture, appliances, personal items, clearing out garages, basically easing a difficult process.
They also tackle hoarding cleanouts, which definitely requires a specialized touch.
Oh, absolutely. They stress a sensitive approach there, too, transforming what they call overwhelming spaces into clean, functional environments. And importantly, ensuring proper disposal.
And they mention working with families, property managers, or individuals directly on those.
Of course, beyond those specific scenarios, they offer just, general property cleanouts, basically hauling away junk, furniture, debris, whatever you need, gone, aiming for a reasonable cost.
And similar to that, their home cleanout service sounds like it covers whole house situations maybe after tenants leave or you're decluttering before selling.
Right, including things like old fixtures, appliances, even leftover building supplies or renovation debris like drywall.
And we can't forget the garage, that classic dumping ground.
Yes. They have garage cleanout and junk removal specifically listed. They'll take old furniture, appliances, lawnmowers, tires, help you reclaim that space for your car or maybe a boat or RV.
So those are the big cleanout categories,
Yeah.
but they also list out their most popular services beyond that.
Yeah, it's quite a list. Things like general junk removal, furniture removal on its own, property cleanouts again, donation item pickups.
Hoarding cleanouts again, appliance removal, demolition services, which is interesting, debris removal, TV removal, and recycling.
Yard waste removal and cleanup, hot tub removal, that's a big one, electronics recycling, and mattress removal too. It really gives you a sense of the sheer breadth of stuff they handle.
For both residents and businesses right across that Pierce County service area.
So if someone listening is thinking, okay, this sounds useful, how do they get in touch?
Well, it seems pretty straightforward. They push getting a free quote via text. They say lightning fast quotes at 253-820-6311.
Okay, text or call that same number, 253-820-6311. And there's an email too, rapidhaulaway@gmail.com.
Right. Plus, they have an option to book online and apparently save 10% if you do that.
Good to know. And something that really stands out is their pricing statement.
Yeah, the what we quote is what you pay. No funny business, no hidden fees.
Yeah.
That's definitely reassuring. You want that kind of transparency.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
just touching on their FAQs quickly, they mentioned things like how hiring pros for hoarder cleanouts protects you from potential health hazards and ensures it's done professionally and discreetly.
And for foreclosures, they reiterate that they haul away basically everything left behind: appliances, cabinets, furniture, debris, handling all the lifting, sorting, and disposal. They bring the labor, trucks, equipment, everything needed.
Which really paints a picture of a comprehensive service, ready for jobs big or small in that area.
Yeah, across North Pierce County.
So wrapping up our deep dive here, Rapid Haul Away LLC seems to offer a really wide range of cleanout and junk removal options for homes, for businesses, all throughout those specific communities in North Pierce County we listed earlier: Bonney Lake, Puyallup, Tacoma, Sumner, Federal Way, all those spots.
And getting a quote or booking seems pretty easy, whether you prefer to text, call, or book online.
So here's a final thought for you listening, especially if you're in one of those Pierce County areas. Think about that space you're not using because it's full of clutter, whether it's a whole estate needing clearing or just that overstuffed garage. How could reclaiming that space actually change things for you? What possibilities could it open up?
It's definitely more than just removing junk. It's about getting usable space back.